Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Chris from Chris Glides and Lowrides, and today I'm gonna take you on a blast from the past. This is how it all began with my love for the Harley-Davidson 2023 Road Glide 3. This is the big wheel that I always wanted, and this is the big wheel that I ended up with. Remember this commercial?
Big wheels are a-rolling with big fat wheels in back.
So stay tuned and hang out with me as I ride and reflect on some of the memories from the 70s and the 80s. So I'm out again, and it's a nice day, and I'm out on the Road Glide 3, and I'm just having a good time. It's early spring, the weather's perfect, and I'm just riding and thinking about the 70s and the 80s and how I used to really love riding on a big wheel and just the, pedaling and pulling back on the brake and letting the big wheel slide out. Those are the memories I had. And I think about this one big wheel in particular. It was black, just like the one that they showed, and that was the one to have because nobody else had that edition. And I used to pretend like when I was on it that I was, one of the guys from Smokey and the Bandit or something like that. On that Smokey and the Bandit car, it had a Falcon logo, and it was pretty cool. But on this bike, or not on the bike, but on the big wheel, it had the cool Cobra emblem, and you can get your own personalized nameplate on that Cobra edition big wheel, and it was just nice. But this is what the Road Glide 3 reminds me of. As I pull up to the dealership, I'm going out there, I'm hoping that there's guys out front. It's a nice day, but most of the people are out on the road. But I'm hoping that I can park and everybody will run out to check out the Road Glide 3 because it's just not that many in stock. And it's just a cool, popular bike to look at no matter what, people are thinking. The two-wheel, three-wheel thing has always been something that everybody always questioned. Either you were cool having a bike without the training wheels, and you were cool also for having a big wheel that had the three wheels. So, the big wheel or the three-wheeler to me has always been popular. It was something that was always cool. It was something that everybody wanted to look at and something that everybody always wanted to ride. And, with this new edition, it just reminds me of this blast from the past. Already the Road Glide 3 has a big community of friends. There's a Facebook Road Glide 3 page, and some of the originators of this, like Donnie Weberg and Brandon, his channel is The Harper Life. Like, these guys are riding, and I called them. I said, hey man, we should just all three get together and recreate some of these big wheel videos on our Road Glide 3s. And I think that'll be so cool to do. But if you haven't rode one or test rode one, you just gotta get out there and do it. It is fun. Some of the upgrades that you might wanna do as soon as you get one is, for me and some of the other two guys that I mentioned, the first thing that we did was we raised the handlebar height. Just like how the bar height is pretty much similar to a big wheel when you rode it. It just gives you more stability, more control. You're able to do the push-pull thing a lot easier. The Road Glide 3 is similar to riding like an ATV, and except for an ATV, it has four wheels and you have the two in the back and the one in the front. But just like how these guys are like controlling it and just really, cutting around the corners and things, that's just something else that I was really surprised about, is how quickly you can turn or make a U-turn. Just something that I'm not even able to do on two wheels. The Transformer Edition big wheel had this light that would flip open and it would turn into like a transformer, and it reminds me of the Road Glide 3 because it had like a shark wing fairing in the front. And what I did to kind of give it that look for the Transformer, I contacted Caliraisedmoto, and I added on the Baja Design LP6 lights. And you have one amber and you have one clear, and it's just a cool look, and it just enhances the bike. One of the first things you see on a motorcycle is the headlights, and just changing out your headlights just altogether gives a bike a different look. And when you add in these Baja Design LP6 lights, people could see it from a mile away, and they just know that you have those Baja Design lights, and it's just something that's authentic, and it just takes me back to that Transformer edition big wheel. The Road Glide 3 is a good primary or even a good secondary bike. It's something that, you know, it's just easy to ride, easy to balance, something to cruise on. When I mean easy to balance, I mean as far as like you don't have to put your feet down, you just leave your feet up. It's like one of my buddies, Wild Bill, said, it's like when he looked at me, he said, man, it looked like you're just sitting on a couch or something, just riding. So what I'm doing here, I'm just cruising downtown in Chesapeake Beach, Maryland, and it's a place where there's a lot of bikers and a lot of seasoned residents that have, you know, been there and done that. They break their bikes out and they've been riding for years, and it's just a place that I like bringing my bikes to let some of the people look at and give me ideas and just kind of reminisce. This small beach town just takes me back, and it gives me good memories. It's on the water, and it just reminds me of being back in California back in the day when I used to ride on these big wheels, and used to ask, you know, if your friends could come outside and ride and just have a good time with you as you you know, ride by the water and just take in the sunlight and just have a good time. Someone asked me, hey, is this a good bike to travel on? And I said, absolutely. You know, it's it's got the 114 engine, it's got a 6-gallon tank, and what more can you ask for? I mean, you can sit back and ride. I think you could ride even longer because, like I said, you're not putting your feet down. I love it. It's something that I could definitely ride out in the sunset in. And so right here, I'm just pulling up at Chesapeake Beach. There's a place called Traders. A lot of bikers go and they'll park their bikes out and just kind of look at the bikes. Good music, good weather, good friends. But you know, this bike is definitely something that you could take touring with. It's got a lot of trunk space. You know, you see the big wheel here adjusting the seat, putting things in the trunk, and because as you can see, I could fit my full-size helmet in there, jacket, you know, everything, and then just walk off and be comfortable. The Road Glide 3 is the big wheel I wanted as a kid, and so it's the big wheel that I also want as an adult. I love it, and this could absolutely be my primary bike. It's a blast from the past, it's fun, it's enjoyable, and you gotta try it out yourself. Thanks for watching Chris Glides and Low Rides. I'll see you guys next time.